Alrighty everybody, we are going to do a little drive through right now with frame generation enabled. I have quality Intel XES, it's a little bit better than FSR 2.1 on. Quality upscaling through Intel, and we have frame generation on. I have the micro stutter rate at 0%. I had to alt tab and come back in. Ray traced reflections are turned on, and most of the other settings are like high or medium. I don't do the ultra, it's a waste of performance. Hardware and box proved it. Doesn't look any better and it just uses performance. Ultra settings are mostly designed to get people to buy better cards, more expensive graphics cards. Most people want a good value card with good performance, good video memory. And that's why I chose the 7900 XTX over the 4070 Ti. $800 for a 12 gigabyte VRAM card is ridiculous. So, we're gonna drive down through here. We can explore Japantown. Oh, the micro stutter rate came back. That bug is so messed up. We gotta fix it. And everyone's jumping on AMD. Well, FSR 3 is not very good and Forspoken and stuff. Guys, everything with AMD is like aged wine. It takes time to age. I bought this 7900 XTX once I found out that they had FSR 3 coming and the price and specs. 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Right now we're using 14.3. Come on now. We're already over the 4070 Ti right now with its 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And the other night, yesterday, we were almost at 19 gigabytes of VRAM. So, I don't know what to tell you. I really like the 7900 XTX. And now AMD has frame generation. Yeah. It's gonna be big upcoming hardware reviews and everything as this rolls out. But yeah, I'm sure like Forspoken needs to be patched, or the developers are just not the best at making games or something. I played it, it was very annoying for your wrist and her to always talk, and she got a bug in her mouth and stuff like, yeah. So, and this is a preview driver. People are like, oh, it sucks. Well, guys, it's the very first. People are like, oh, well, we can do frame generation. Or we can do path tracing. When NVIDIA first came out with path tracing, it looked okay, right? Well, now they have ray reconstruction. So even NVIDIA improved its current tech. That's what AMD's gonna do. This is just rolling out. It's been in development so long. You know, and I'm running frame generation on a preview beta experimental driver. Technological preview. Running Cyberpunk at almost 100 FPS with frame gen on. And it feels like 100 too. It does feel like 100. Now, there is a bug where micro stutter rate just keeps going up to 100%. You have to alt tab and go back into the game. But when it works, it works. It works really good. So, they're going to come out with updates and patches probably the next few weeks, probably within a month. They'll have patches and stuff out. But just seeing this technology work right now in front of my own eyes gives me so much hope for AMD to catch up to NVIDIA, because they are playing catch up. I agree, NVIDIA is ahead. It has better ray tracing, but it's also more expensive and has less VRAM. I mean, that was the big thing on the article. And also in the benchmark reviews about the 4070 Ti only had 12 gigabytes of memory. Come on now. Like what? Only 12 gigabytes of memory, and they were having problems with what was the game? The Last of Us. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to spend $800 on a 4070 Ti. I was an NVIDIA user. I had the 4070, then I had 4070 SLI, two of them in combo. 970, 1070, and 3070 Ti. So naturally I was going to get a 4070 Ti, but then I moved to a 4K monitor. And then I wanted to just get a good value, good card that'll last me, a few years. And I thought, well, for $800, I can get a 12 gigabyte 4070 Ti. Because I wasn't going to pay over $1,000 for a graphics card. And that was, what are your options for a high tier graphics card under $1,000? You got the 4070 Ti, and you have the $7,900 XTX and the XT. But why buy the XT for $900 when you can get the XTX for $1,000? Why buy the 4070 Ti when you can get the 7900 XTX, for $200 more? For $200 more, you're getting 12 extra gigabytes of VRAM. So I really felt it was better to spend the extra $200 and get better performance, the future promise of frame generation, FSR 3. Oh my word, this car's so screwed up. Oh, my tire's flat because he crashed. Oh my word, it's messed up. But yeah, I'm really glad with what AMD is doing. I've been an NVIDIA user since the 4070 series or earlier. I just don't remember what I had and used before then. So I'm very excited to see what FSR 3 is going to be once it's implemented into quite a few games. And hopefully within the next month, Cyberpunk will have FSR 3 implemented. And they'll release patches for Immortals of Avium and Forspoken. And hopefully they'll release another updated preview driver that fixes some of these issues in fluid motion frames in non-supported games that don't actually have it implemented. Oh my word, I wonder if Grand Theft Auto is going to have FSR 3 or DLSS 5. Grand Theft Auto 6. What if you can see the chart on the right? Micro stutter has been 0% for a while. So I mean, when it works, and it does feel smooth. I mean, I just think it's funny that we have ray traced reflections on right now. But see, there isn't much water or anything, so let's turn them off. And we're only on quality. I could turn it to performance, but I chose quality because it's a little bit sharper than the FSR. But let's put on shadows and lighting. And you'll see the micro stutter rate on the right side. There's 100% now because we changed the setting. So I got to Alt Tab and then come back in. And it turns it to 0%. So now I think the lighting and shadows are more intensive than just playing the ray traced reflections.
instructions were clear as day. You only did part of the gig, you only get part of your cut.
Hey, they blew the tire, man. Ain't my fault. They're the ones that crashed. Now, I don't know if I shot the tire. I probably did. But yeah, AMD's going to work out the kinks. I mean, if we can enable VSync and they can get this to work with variable refresh rate and VSync, I think it's just a lot to put on them. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's a lot of work to do all this. Or they're underfunded in development or something. I don't know what to say. It took them a while. But I mean, this game doesn't even have this, and it does feel really smooth. I just think it needs the kinks worked out of it. That's what I think AMD did. NVIDIA's just really talking all the time about DLSS, frame generation, ray retracing, and they're just like, we need to get this out right now, ASAP. You know, just get it done. If it's not the best, hey, it's still better than nothing. Just get it out. We can patch it, we can do things in the future, but we need to have people start looking at this, talking about it, have it in people's hands. And yes, we can update it, but for now, just we need to get it done. And I think that's what AMD did. I don't know what it is like for the development team